أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين اللهم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك ذكرك الذي أنكر ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك إنما اليسر يسرا وإنما اليسر يسرا فإلى ربك فارغب وإلى ربك فارغب لإلى في قريش إلى فيهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البلد الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukuchunumu, where we speak truth to power. Blessed is the man that worketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is comfortable. For his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law does he hide sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth fat fruit in his season. Him lift never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them not their soul, them dear like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go upon judgment, not a sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah love the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always. I will perish. Let my people, the people of the Most High God, say Jah. Kadama we groma bea tela e higzag beer tanayistalin abba shante 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 tete shante shante ha tela e how mawuso bolisa adanu woto ewo asikple afo how mawuso bolisa akpe kaka. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukuchunumu, where we speak truth to power. And my name Black Rasta. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire there is something sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different colors, shapes and sizes and even aromas find themselves in the black pot. Oh, putting aside all their differences to unite with the black pot and produce food. Interestingly, the food does not even benefit the black pot directly. Neither does it even benefit the ingredients in the black pot. We are the beneficiaries, the eaters. Same way. The black pot is symbolical of the African continent. The ingredients represent us. Let's come together, interplay, produce development for our people, our continent, our land. This is the tree planting generation. The Joshua generation, that generation that will plant trees, knowing very well we will not live long enough to benefit from the shade of the trees. Yet we know that even if we don't, our children, our children's children, children's children would come and benefit from this. This is generational thinking. This is the black pot, and here we don't criticize. If we must criticize, nonetheless, we would only criticize on one condition: to build and not to destroy. This is the pot that is black. This is the pot that is hotter than fire. And my name, Black Rasta. We are in the service of God and country. We are live on Pan-African TV, Africa's only Pan-African TV. And of course, we are also live on Loud Silence TV. We are, oh gosh, live on Gather Web TV, on our own TV, Black Empire TV. Via the power of satellite, we are seen all over the world. And this is the biggest show on Pan-Africanism. Here we don't do politics. What we do is called patriotism. We need you to be able to represent Africa. So we are dealing the mindset. If the mindset is right, every other thing will be right. Our leaders in Africa are busily looking at developing roads, hospitals, and schools without developing the mindset. Brainwash education, colonial mentality. Emancipate yourself from what is known as what? Mental slavery. Until that is done, you can build all the roads in Africa, all the schools in Africa, all the hospitals in Africa. They will all come to nothing. Absolutely. The mindset. You build all this, and because the mindset is strong, we will pull down all that and look for another new set. We are live on YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure that you click on the notification button. Comment. We look at your comments. We appreciate you. Talk to us. Call us. Our numbers are scrolling on the screens. And of course, we need the numbers to be able to march forward. Remember, majority carries the vote. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also on other social media platforms like Twitter, like Facebook, and of course, Instagram. This is our territory. It is called the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunemo. If you are ready for today's action, run the rhythm. The first story I'm looking at today: dark-skinned Africans attacked in Tunisia. Remember that we were here to tell you about Morocco during the World Cup. Morocco is one country that has the history of cutting itself away from the rest of Africa. Maybe because of the light skin color, a lot of Moroccans, not only Moroccans, North Africans believe that they are not black people. They are not Africans. They owe more allegiance to Europe than to us as Africans. We have seen how black people have been maltreated in North Africa by our own brothers and sisters who claim they don't want to be part of us. We've seen it happen in Algeria. We've seen it happen in Morocco. We've seen it happen in Egypt. We have seen it happen even in Sudan, where the people are darker than me. In Sudan, the average Sudanese guy believes that he's an Arab. He has no allegiance to Africa. He is an Arab. He will kill his fellow African because he doesn't speak Arabic. My brother, my sister, emancipation from mental slavery. It hurts me, my brother, my sister, every time I think about this. The Moroccan issue came around. Remember, during the World Cup, there was a player who came out and blatantly made it clear that the victory of Morocco that was being celebrated by all Africans was actually for the Arab world, for Moroccans, and of course, for Muslims. Remember that it became a very controversial issue. We were first to draw the attention of the whole world to this. I remember I fell out with the Moroccan embassy right here in Ghana because of these comments. But my brother, my sister, it's better to lose one African country and contain the whole of Africa than to lose the whole of Africa and hold on to one African country. Those who understand, understand. Think about it. It is my wish and my prayer that the whole of Africa shall unite. Remember, we always start our show by telling you that, like the ingredients in the Blakk Pot, we all must come together. Forget about your skin color, the shade of blackness that you have. Today, it hurts me. It hurts me bad to wake up and look into the news reel. And Tunisia, black people are being beaten up night and day, slaughtered like pigs, shipped like little animals. All because of what? Xenophobia. Black people are always at the receiving end. Our leaders are dumber than dumb. Our leaders are so egotistical. They are so irresponsibly irresponsible. They are jackals, a lot of these leaders. So we become the sacrifice of urchins. We become the sacrifice, my brother, my sister, of people who are non-entities. Look what is happening in Tunisia. You can see. Watch there. These are West Africans. Look at the man standing there with a machete. You can see the shine and the gloss on the machete. If he makes a mistake and swings it, this man's head is off. Another man is holding a knife, threatening to end his life. Look, had it not been the knife that these guys are holding in this, these two guys will finish them in seconds. But this is supposedly their country. Now look at this march. These are Moroccans on the street, holding placards, running after black people. People who are dark-skinned, finishing them up. There are too many in their country. They should go back to their own countries. They are wicked people. They don't want to see them in their countries. They want to live in peace and harmony. They are not Africans. These are the black people who are Africans. And they are waving their flag. My brother, my sister, yet all these people are supposed to be coming from one background of Africa. By the kind courtesy of TikTok, we saw this. When I saw it, I was shocked. I could not believe that this was happening in Africa. So we placed a number of calls around to find out from officers of the AU to see if this was true. The African Union finally came out a day or two after this heinous crime, and they released this press statement. I need you to read this press statement yourself. Wipe it off and bring it over. Watch it. Let's read. This is from the African Union. The chairperson of the African Union Commission strongly condemns the racial statements on fellow Africans in Tunisia. 24th February. How many days back? The chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency Musa Faki Mahamat, strongly condemns the shocking statement issued by Tunisian authorities targeting fellow Africans, which go against the letter and spirit of our organization and founding principles. On behalf of the chairperson, Deputy Chairperson Dr. Monique Nsanzabangawa, and the AU Commission for Health, Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Ambassador Minata Samate, received the permanent representative of Tunisia accredited to the African Union for urgent consultations to register the African Union's deep shock and concern at the form and substance of the statement targeting fellow Africans notwithstanding their legal status in the country. The chairperson reminds all countries, particularly African Union member states, to honor their obligations under international law and relevant African Union instruments to treat all migrants with dignity wherever they come from, refrain from racialized hate speech that could bring people to harm, and prioritize their safety and human rights. Now, the chairperson reiterates the commitment of the Commission to support the authorities in Tunisia in addressing migration challenges in order to make migration safe, dignified, and regular. Who signed this? My brother, my sister, the AU. This is from the AU. They have given their citizens the chance to go out there and hurt dark-skinned Africans. If they can kill them, they should kill them. If they can beat them and send them out, they should. They should look for them wherever they are and make sure that they send them back to their countries by force, by whatever means. Hey, I don't know what happens to the minds of people like Nana Akufo-Addo when they see Ghanaians treated like this in countries like Tunisia. I don't know what goes through the mind of Buhari when he sees Nigerians beaten up, killed, all because they are running away from their own Nigeria's bad leaders. I don't know how the people of Zimbabwe feel the president, Mnangagwa. I don't know how the Beninois president feels, the Ivorian president feels, how the Cameroonian dirty president Paul Biya feels, Ugandan president. We are now sacrificed for North Africans. Even in Africa, we are refugees. The AU is not working. ECOWAS has become so useless. How do you feel, my brethren? These are your brethren who have traveled out. Some of them are students. Now the statement that was released by the Tunisian government was very simple. It said, it doesn't matter their legal status, whether they entered here legally or not, deal with them. Why? As long as you are black, it is visa to harm. Your skin color opens you up to all kinds of attack. Oh, why? What happened to us? We were the makers of civilization. The Prophet of Islam, who brought the religion that is so popular around the world, and in Tunisia is over 90% of them that are Muslims, was black like me and you. It hurts me, my brother, my sister. Well, this is a clarion call. Come here. It's a clarion call for all of us to put pressure on our leaders to deliver. When we are angry and talking ill of our dirty leaders, a lot of you do not understand. If your brother or your son was slaughtered in Tunisia because he was running away from his own dirty country leaders, you would understand. I pray though that they are never involved. It's not their fault. That's why I keep saying every time, let us all make it a point to stay at home. Put pressure on our leaders and make sure that things happen. At the slightest push, we are all running out. We are looking for visas to run out because our country is on fire. Who is going to quench that fire? If your house is on fire, do you run out of it and run away to another person's house? No, sir. You come out, stay around it and quench the fire. If you run away from the fire that has caught your house, who is going to put it off? Go out and ask Ghanaians, if they get visas, will they still stay in the country? Out of 1,000 Ghanaians, 1,000 will tell you that no, sir, stay away. For the where? They will leave. Today, before I entered the studio, a young man called me. He wanted me to help him get a visa to Afghanistan. And I asked him, what are you going to do in Afghanistan? You know, the question he asked me, I wept. He said, does it matter? Any other country in the world is better than Ghana. If I go to Afghanistan and I am killed, I know that at least I tried. One day my children will say, our father left to try and bring food to us, but he was killed. Afghanistan. Another day somebody met me and told me, oh, Blakk Rasta, I hear you travel a lot. Can you help me go to Mexico? I said, what? Mexico. They call it Mexico. We say Mexico. You want to go there? Why do you want to go there? He said, I want to go there and climb Trump's wall and enter America. Come here. He wants to go to Mexico. We say Mexico. So he can climb Trump's wall and enter America. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord, God have mercy. Every day I cry. Where are the warrior Africans The Africans who refused to go to the white man's land in the days of slavery. The Africans who preferred to die in the transatlantic slave trade by jumping into the sea than being sent to the white man's land. Today, we all are counterfeit Africans. At the smallest hue and cry, we are out. When we get a visa to travel to the white man's land, we celebrate and jubilate. Some of us sell everything we have ever worked and had in Africa to go and relocate permanently. My brother, it's food for thought. We need leaders who are pan-Africanists. Leaders who have the common sense of belongingness. Leaders who are ready to work for Africa. I don't know how many children you have, but they are also growing and inheriting this same mess. What are we doing to change this mess? Are we ready to have our children grow and look for visas to go to Afghanistan and Yemen? Or we are looking for people who will stay and make this country the legendary country, the legendary continent that is supposed to be, so that other people will rather come here, struggle to come here and visit us. I'm waiting for that day. It might not happen in my lifetime, but I believe that one day, by hook or crook, it shall happen.
Skipper George.
Blackpot, Coco Show.